Hi guys, it's Nick and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, I know I say this every week, but we have another exciting makeup video for you today because we're reviewing Violette FR. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I love it when makeup artists release their own brand because somehow they just fill in the gaps in our makeup routine that we never knew existed. And this is exactly the case with Violette's new line. Now, if you don't know who Violette is, she's essentially a French makeup artist. And when I say the word French, you already know it comes with the effortless, je ne sais quoi kind of aesthetic. And it somehow fits into my lifestyle very well. I love her vibe wherein the makeup looks she creates are a lot of glitter. Looks like you didn't make a lot of effort, but you actually did, and something that can really make up your face even if you didn't put a lot of products. So that is so me. I 100% agree with that aesthetic, so I'm super excited because even if she came out with a pretty small collection for her first launch, it actually has become a staple every time I want to feel sexy, I want to feel made up because it just fits with any outfit. Now, I'll be creating a couple of looks for you today because I don't want to just use every color and every product and say, okay, this is how it performs. I find that it's really helpful when you actually get to see different looks and different ways to use the products because that's how I get inspiration from other creators as well. She came out with a few products, but I actually only got a few things. So I got her eye products, so cream eyeshadows. I got her lipstick, and I also got her perfume. I didn't get her highlighter and her skincare product as well as her dry shampoo product, mainly because I still have those products in my collection and I have some that I still really love. So we'll be focusing on the eyes and the lips for today's review. And of course, I'll be talking a bit about this perfume and what attracted me to it and what are my thoughts on the scent itself. So without further ado, let's get into the first makeup look and see how these products perform. So this first makeup look is a very day to night cool girl kind of look. I can wear this when I'm doing Zoom meetings, when I'm going to the grocery or to the mall, but I can also wear this out on a date night because of the colors and textures in the look. Now, we're starting off this look with her You Paint in Tout, and pay attention to that word paint because the texture of this is like paint. It builds up pretty fast as you can see in the video, and this is something you really need to be cautious with. A little really goes a long way, and to be honest, what I started with I could still use for my other eye because of how intense it is. I actually prefer using my fingers for this because I feel like the warmth of my hand and the oils on my hand helps blend this better than a brush. One thing to note about this product, especially her matte ones, is that it sets really fast and it is super intense. You'll see later with her glitter formula, it doesn't work like that. So you actually need a different kind of style or a different kind of skill in terms of applying the product. Now, this shade I really love because it's warm, but just the right amount of warm, and this can work whether you're a morena, whether you're a little bit darker skin, or whether you're fair like me, because the undertones of it is just very beautiful. This actually reminds me a little bit of Sunny's Face Velour. So if you have that shade and don't want to spend the big bucks, that's a really great alternative to this shade. This next shade is her You Paint in Rose d'Aurore. Now, I'm sure I butchered that, but essentially it's this kind of neon peachy pink kind of color. And I love this because it actually shows up when you put it, no matter how thinly or thickly you apply. So with glittery shades like this, usually when you're putting it on your eye, sometimes when you put mascara or when you put false lashes, people don't notice that there's a little bit of something going on. But with this one, you can really see it because of the color. So I really love using this when I really just want to add a little bit of spice to my look. You'll notice that as compared to her matte formula, this glittery formula actually is a little bit more oily and doesn't apply as intensely. You'll see that I keep applying multiple coats to get the intensity I want, but what I like about this is I can easily reshape the look and change how smooth or how thick the line is with just using my nail, which is actually how Violette uses it herself. So this next makeup look is your typical winged eyeliner look with a twist. So it's her You Paint in Bleu de Minuit, and I probably butchered that, but essentially it's this very glittery blue eyeliner look. I love wearing this with a headband and with Breton stripes because I don't know, it just gives me the stereotypical French vibe. Now, like her other You Paints, this sets really fast, it's very easy to play around with, and the Doux applicator just works. Now, I don't typically use this as an eyeshadow as compared to her other You Paints, mainly because it's very dark and I'm not one to wear very, very dark, grungy blue eyeshadow, but as an eyeliner, it really works. One thing to note about this color though is it's a little bit more patchy as compared to her other shades. As you notice in the B-roll shot, I actually took out a brush to be able to add more intensity and color towards the tail end of my wing, mainly because it wasn't as opaque and wasn't as blue as I wanted it to. I feel like the one I got is just a little bit more oily, so that's why there's a little bit of separation in terms of pigmentation. But nonetheless, I really love this color and I'm glad I bit the bullet because it's a very, very unique twist to your typical winged liner, which I normally do with my makeup. I would definitely repurchase this when I run out because this is the color that inspires me. This is the color that makes me think, oh, I want to play with makeup. So definitely a must-have and definitely something I encourage you to try if you're afraid of the color like me because you might end up loving it. Well, this last makeup look is the best out of everything I've created today. It's the look that I create when I just want to feel good, I want to feel sexy, I want to feel put together and in control. This is the look I go for. You don't need anything else on your face but this lipstick. It's that good. You'll notice that when I apply this, I take majority of the product off from the Doux applicator because it's that pigmented. And I actually start in the inner part of my lips so that I can control how much pigment and how much shade I put on my lips. It actually helps me control what shape I want to build. It allows me not to actually have a Q-tip or any makeup wipe to clean up anything. And once again, the doe foot applicator that Violette created for this product is just perfect. It allows you to build a shape but also add on a lot of pigment to the more bulkier parts of your lip in the most easiest way possible. This is probably the least amount of time I've spent putting on a red lipstick on my lip because of her doe foot applicator and because of her formula. I just have nothing but good words to say about this product. It's the right amount of fury. It just evokes an emotion. And one thing to note about this is that it is a true liquid lipstick. So if you haven't tried liquid lipsticks before, they're very matte. You feel like there's no hydration at all. So my trick for this is that I put a little bit of M Cosmetics lip cushion on before. And once that's seeped into my skin, I put Petal Bouche on top and chef's kiss. It is the perfect combo because the M Cosmetics adds a little bit of moisture. And then when I put it on top, it's not as drying as it was if it was on its own. So yeah, this is my favorite product from her entire line because it's the perfect red and it can stand anything you put in your mouth, whether that's pasta, pizza, any greasy food, coffee, wine, etc. It is not going to budge. It will not change the look, and it's going to stay as opaque and as beautiful as when you first applied it. Okay, so we're down to our last product, and it's Violette's Avec Amour perfume. Now, I mainly got this bottle because of how it looks. Blue is my favorite color, and I love that the cap is gold, and specifically this shade of gold. And I love that the cap can actually be used for wax stamps, for letters. And if you know me, I love writing letters, and I'm a fan of that old-fashioned kind of charm. So this is what initially drew me to the perfume, mainly because I'm not really a fan of musky scents. The way it was described on the website was not something that immediately called out to me, which is why this was actually something that I bought after I made my first order. When I got it, the feeling was still the same. It wasn't particularly a scent that I was drawn to because I'm more of a fruity floral kind of gal, and this sort of smells like roasted vanilla in the woods. I don't know if I described it correctly. I'm not really good at describing scents, but that's what it smells like to me, and it's not a scent that I'm particularly in love with. But somehow, every time I go out, I actually grab this and put it on like the areas you normally put perfume, or the areas you want to be kissed, as Violette puts it. And I love mixing this with my more fruity floral scents, and I find that I actually like using it that way. Other than the scent, my favorite part about this perfume is how travel friendly and just how spill friendly this is, because it's not about a bottle that you can just pull the cap off and it'll open. You actually have to twist it to open it, and it's a roll-on perfume. And I find that roll-on perfumes are a little bit more grown up, it's a little bit more sexy, and I find that the scents actually last longer as compared to a spray bottle. So this one is a scent that, or a product that I've grown to love as compared to her other products that we reviewed that was love at first use, and that was something that I knew from the moment I added to cart was going to be a staple in my routine. That's it for my review of Violette FR, the brand. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please show me some love by smashing the like button down below, hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon so you never miss a beat when I post content like this. Watch out for my next video on Lisa Eldridge's Spring and Summer collection launch. I'm pretty excited about that launch and I have a lot of thoughts. So I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!